Inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Yes. I even advised that he had no reason to shoot, as he escalated that use of force way too quickly without any just cause. I've already spoken to him, and I've spoken to Walter, and we both came to the conclusion that after this case is panned out, he will be terminated of his duties due to the due to the failure of his actions as a peace officer. That is not who we represent, and because he disobeyed the SOP. SOP states your use of level force from up to level 5, officer presence up to lethal force, and his life wasn't in danger, and the civilian life. I mean, we can argue the fact that the civilian life was in danger, but the fact that he didn't issue demands or had it like, if he held him at gunpoint and issued verbal demands, that's one thing. The fact that he just shot without any disregard or any verbal commands is off the table, right? So
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here and try to defend him. That is my primary role. But also as an ADA, I have to look at both sides and I have to be fair. And this officer's Mr. Angus Giver. I, I apologize for my English, as I cannot pronounce his name. But
That's okay.
his actions were uncalled for. So with that in mind, I will be settling uh, on his behalf. What what can we do? I mean, this case is obviously one way street in my eyes. So you guys are gonna win this, and I'm not too worried about the reputation, as he kind of acted solely on his own behalf.
Well, one could arguably state that, yes, although he may have acted on his own accord,
He's
choosing
under PD.
who is.
Right. Well, my argument is the fact that because BCSO as a department on its own does not have a pattern of misconduct other than that one case with Pablo Martinez is not a pattern. That's just one instance, right? If it happened like 3 or 4 or 5 times within a month span, then I see the pattern of misconduct. But this ain't a pattern of misconduct. This is a sole instance that this officer committed, and his actions are unexcusable.
Okay. Well, originally, as the claim stated, we were going for the cap amount. Now you're informing me that the cap is 150 for BCSO. Um, my understanding was that it was 300 for both departments, but I could be wrong. Um,
I could, I could be wrong too, but they also don't want us to shoot for just the max every time, right? Because that's just like 300K, 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 300K for us. Like, I'm not saying this case is a minor inconvenience, but like, let's say a fender bender guy wants to sue PD and he's asking for 300K. That is like, that's uncalled for, right? We are also not made of money, and we shouldn't be paying 300K or 500K or 600K, because we gotta pay for court fees, we gotta pay for the lawyer fees, and we gotta pay for the uh, the client themselves, right? That's we don't make that much money, and we're not making money right now. We're actually losing a lot of money because of these settlements, or because of officer payrolls. Yes. Hello.
is somebody outside?
There is. What job are you looking for, sir?
I don't know. What job offers are here? Oh wait, let me.
Well, this is a courthouse, sir.
I would like to be a lawyer.
Did you apply through the email, sir?
How do I do that?
If you go to the emails and you go to the DOJ tab, you can apply there. If you join DOJ emails, it's also there's a link in the main emails of the city. You go through there and you apply, and then you'll be told whether you were accepted or not.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I don't have like a degree on anything. Is that a requirement?
Not necessarily, right? You can still apply whether you have experience or not. That's kind of why you apply. You get accepted, you get trained on how to be a lawyer, how to be a paralegal, how to be a case. Really, whatever prep for it, you can study for it, take it at your own inconvenience, or take it at your own time. You know, if you pass, you know,
Oh, nice. Okay. Thank you
like
for that.
they're not gonna throw you into the dark, right? They're gonna train you, of course, teach you what you
Yeah.
need to know, and then you can depart. So,
Okay.
any other questions, sir?
No, that should be all. Thank you.
Of course. Take care now.
You too.
All right, where were we?
The settlement amount.
Right. Okay. He was shot. He was shot in the what arm and torso about 2 or 3 times.
Hmm.
He he I know he saw uh the doctor. He's probably got PTSD from that entire encounter. I don't blame him. I mean, that's a pretty scary event. Pretty that he was even shot at for no reason. Uh, but 300K will cover a lot of things, right? I don't think he needs that amount. I'm thinking 200, 200K.
Hmm.
200K is more than enough to cover for his vehicle repairs because as I saw in the body cam, his vehicle was also damaged from that theft.
Yes.
Emotional damage. I mean, well, how we're gonna pay for that? You can't pay for emotional damage, realistically speaking. You can only pay for it through your actions that
Therapy.
you therapy exactly. So we can pay for the therapy as well. I feel like that 200K will cover it, and it'll cover all legal costs. If it doesn't cover the legal costs, like let's say like the charge you have for your client, then we can up it. But I believe 200K should cover everything. Should be able to cover everything.
Um, I think that given the internal actions that the department would be uh, taking, I think that that gap,
Can be paid through the
discrepancy.
officer.
Right. I think in order to prevent this from turning into a repeated occurrence, I think 200 can be settled for. Yes.
Okay. I am good on pushing through for his termination, and he will still have to pay that remaining balance on his own pockets, or we can keep him in. We'll put him on suspension for 2 weeks, limited duty, mainly desk duty, and every paycheck he gets will go straight to your client for those 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how many hours he gets. If he only makes
Hold
20K a
on.
week, then obviously we'll adjust that until he gets paid that amount.
So, how is the settlement amount? How is that going to be restituted?
What do you mean? Like how is it gonna be paid out?
Yes.
I strongly believe that that officer does not have that cash as many other officers do, and because again he falls under the department, uh, unfortunately we will have to pay for that cost, and he will restitute that payment towards us individually. But
Right.
for the upfront cost to your client, he will get that 200K from the department itself.
Okay. That sounds doable.
I think that will be easier than basically saying here I'm gonna give y'all basically like or give y'all a loan and then expect this officer to pay, which he probably won't.
Right.
So I would yes, the department will cover the cost of your client 200K in cash or straight to his account routing number, depending on how he feels comfortable. Or if I give you the money, you give it to him, then that works too.
Yes, I have to deduct attorney fees and I have to deduct a couple of things. He's aware of that agreement.
Okay. So that'll be the settlement. For PD side, for the settlement, it will be a termination of that officer, and because of recent events, not only from BCS but from LSPD, all officers will undergo a mass retraining on use of force and department policy to ensure that everybody's on the same page and doesn't happen again. If this does happen, and after they undergo that retraining, it won't be the department at fault. It will be the individual officer.
I see. Sort of a liability training.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically what the SOP is for. If you conduct out the SOP, that's not on the department. That is on the officer.
Right.
That is the fact. If they acted within the SOP and the SOP is wrong, then that's when it becomes a department issue. But
Okay.
as I am going through the SOP not as we speak, but like earlier, like 30 minutes ago before flying in, I saw that nowhere does it say shoot an unarmed civilian.
Right. Exactly.
Now, regarding charges, does your client wish to press charges on the officer, criminal or civil? I mean, obviously it will be criminal.
My understanding, based on that initial intake interview I had with him, he's not pursuing anything other than restitution for the incurred damages.
Okay. So really, so PD could just let the officer not go, but like let him go off his job, termination, take away his badge and everything,
That
and pay
that
for
would
your
be
client.
that would be up to the department. My client isn't asking for punishment other than restitution.
I know that. I know he's not asking for punishment, but I mean, if I was like again, if PD is gonna pay this amount and then nothing happens to this officer, that's kind of, it shows something. It's like, oh, they're just paying hush, man. Well, that's not what we're doing. We're paying for the damages that our officer caused, and in return, officer will be dealt with.
Now, that would be up to the department internally how to address and how to fix those issues.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I'm here. I'm speaking on the department as I am a district attorney, an assistant district attorney. If Tommy Chang was here, he would be speaking, but currently he's on LOA, so I'm filling in for his role. And I've already discussed the details of this case to Tommy Chang, and he agrees.
Okay. Sounds good then.
So should we write up this settlement, or do you? I mean, I could take care of the settlement. I could write it up, send it to you. You let me know how it looks, and then you
Sure.
can push it out.
Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right, sounds good. Let me tap this up real quick.